Pretty much everything west of Atlanta and Georgia is a suburb.
Right. Basically everything that's not Savannah.
Yeah. Yes. That is true. Coming to you somewhat live from the Beer to Whiskey Studios, high atop Barley's Tap Room on Washington Street in unsurpassed Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Big John in 5. Named after my good buddy here, Big John Richards, who is our beer whisperer at Beer to Whiskey. And in these episodes, he picks a beer from one of Barley's 72 or so taps, 50, 60 bottles and cans. We sniff it, we sip it, we kibitz about it. John tells us a little bit about the brewery. We get sometimes a little brewing history. And with all of that baloney out of the way, John.
I was going to say, we try not to get too deep in it as we go.
Wow. I'm like, I wore my galoshes today. What do we have?
So we got a beer from Wild Leap Brewing down in Grange, Georgia. And Grange is straight down I-85 from us, right before you cross the border into Alabama. So, like everything else, it's a suburb of Atlanta.
Yes, yeah. Pretty much everything west of Atlanta and Georgia is a suburb.
Right. Basically everything that's not Savannah.
Yeah. Yes, that is true.
These guys have put out some really, really good beer. They opened up in 2017, and in 2019 got selected as best new brewery in the United States by USA Today by their readers. So that's a fun little accomplishment that they got, and they've put out some beers.
A little feather in their cap,
right? That I have thoroughly enjoyed over the couple of years we've been able to get them up here.
I've never heard of them.
So I was really excited to see this. They're not very big. They don't show up in regular bars. You have to go someplace that knows beer to get a Wild Leap beer. But they're always good. This is a series that they've done called Alpha Abstraction, and near as I can tell, they've all been single hop varieties. This is number 19. And this one was brewed with cryo pop hops.
I've never heard of that.
I had to go look up what it was. Cryo pop is a Yakima brand, trademark, I should say. Yakima's the brand. That is a blend of several different kinds of hops in one.
Should I have heard of Yakima?
No. Neither should you.
Yeah,
they make it. Well, they sell hops. I don't think they.
Apparently, they are a marketer of hops.
Yes, they market hops, and they brag, I guess is the right word, that their spectrometry and their analyses detect things that no other lab in the world can detect as far as aroma compounds. So they put out some of the best hops in the world, if not the best hops in the world. So this is just one of their, they call it Cryo Pop Original Blend. It was an experimental blend they sent out in market.
2.0, or is it just?
Just original blend.
Okay.
It's Cryo Pop Original Blend.
2.0.
Right. But it creates these big, juicy New England IPAs, this unfiltered stuff, which I'm not always thrilled with.
As you see these episodes one at a time, you don't know that this is about the third hazy, opaque beer that John has picked today.
Right.
And he, for the most part, hates them.
Yep.
However, what he has picked today have been winners in. Well, I like hazy IPAs anyway, but even John has liked.
I think that hazy has ruined beer. That's probably putting it a little too strong. I think hazy is ruining beer. Again, we spent 10,000 years trying to make beer as clear as possible. and suddenly hazy IPA means that everything has to be hazy, and it's not right. It's incorrect.
We're mad as hell, and we're not going to take it anymore.
I understand why hazy IPA has
Strong
its
letter
place.
to follow.
Right. But I don't understand why every IPA has to be hazy, and I don't understand why a brew house can put out, you can walk into a brew house or brewery and see 11 hazy IPAs and a porter. I'm just tired of it. I want beer back. I used to say I want my IPAs back, but I want my beer back.
How do you think that porter snuck in there with those 19? That seems so random.
There's still a brewer hiding in there somewhere.
Some guy, like the guy in Office Space that's down in the basement
Right.
worried about his stapler. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. So having had a rant now
Right.
on...
Having
beers.
ranted about how much I hate hazy beer, I think this beer is going to be delicious. It smells fantastic. And these things are famous for being big and tropical, bright, acidic, clean, juicy.
And I forget, what is it?
Alpha Abstraction, number 19, by Wild Leap.
Wild Leap.
They, at least this one, maybe all of
That's
the Alpha
hard to get on a
Abstractions.
label, on
Right.
a beer label. You
Yeah.
gotta have a bigger label.
Well, they also have a Sir Mix-a-Lot quote.
Is that so?
About juicy, about how important it is to be juicy.
Okay.
And Sir Mix-a-Lot is an authority
Okay.
on how important it is to
All
be
right.
juicy.
So, shall we
Take that off there.
text Miss Lily?
All right. I do dig the aroma on this. Just a bunch of pineapple, and then some other tropical, like passion fruit, maybe.
Big citrus on the tongue. Wow.
Oh yeah, it's both. It's like pineapple and grapefruit juice mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more. It lingers with the citrus, all that sort of orange peel,
Yep.
candied orange.
Yeah, it's all laying on the back of my tongue.
Ooh, hey, that's a fun beer. It's probably not something that I am gonna order, and we talk about this when I make Rust Drink Sours. I dig what it is, and I know why people like it. It's just not necessarily my bag.
I don't know that I would order this, and I tend to like hazy IPAs. Maybe I'm losing my taste for them to some extent. I like this, but I don't know that I would actually go in and order this.
It's really well put together. I mean, the balance on the beer is nice. It's not acidic. So many of these, I feel like so many of these are the product of being lazy. And we just got finished talking about a beer that was the product of brewing expertise and giving a shit.
Yep.
And this,
Even though we forgot to say that on camera,
right?
But
we'll
we'll
link back to it in the show notes.
Yeah, but we talked about it afterwards and said, "Damn, we should have said that."
So we're saying it now.
Yeah.
But again, we'll link back to it in the show notes. Don't worry about it. We'll get it in post.
Yeah.
But you can tell this is well put together. So many of these beers come out, they feel rushed. They're green and vegetal. They're not ready. They need some age on them. They're acidic, and they feel like they're just, burning your tongue on the way by almost. And they're all kinds of wonked out of balance.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of juice and a bunch of muddled up flavors that manage to make it into the same glass. This is a well-defined, well-put-together beer.
I will agree with that.
And it just doesn't happen to be my favorite. But I've had to do that over my career in this business is be able to say, no, this is a good beer. This is a really good beer.
It's just not for me.
It's just not for me.
Yeah.
It's like when we get sued by the Muppets now. When the new Muppet show came out, there were some brilliant moments on that show. The Muppets have aged, and Fozzie's driving his car, and he says, Because things have changed. Because when you go on the internet and say you're a aging bear looking for love, you get wrong results. Well, not wrong results, just wrong for me.
Story of my life. Story of my life.
That's brilliant.
Story of my life.
That's good. I think we can
Anything
let these
else?
people go find it.
I think we can too.
Yeah. LaGrange, Georgia, guys. Turns out something good did happen down there.
Damn lucky. See you next time.